Hello, this is Ki with RunScore. In the past several videos, we've talked about macro scripts. We've talked about a simple macro script, advanced macro scripts, and today we're going to cover what I call is the super macro, the @awards all. We're going to be in the advanced 5K race sample under the advanced race samples. We're going to go ahead and enter that. We're going to begin looking at listings and the @awards all. When we edit that, you will notice this is a very complicated macro. We have all the comments above it. What we're going to start off with is we're going to start off with an overheader.rsm. Before we showed you how to have an overheader with no extension that allowed you to put information in, but here we're going to use an overheader.rsm. When we edit that, you will notice that we've put print commands in and we've created the header with percent calls. The first one that we're going to be calling is 5K. The number 2 will be runners. So 5K runners awards list. And we're going to include the race name as %3. And that will give us a nice simple look at the race. We get the advanced race sample, my town, and everything else. So that is shown up with the 5K rewards list. This portion is created with that overheader.rsm. So a simple RSM there. You'll see how we use that a little later. The next thing we're going to do is why this is a super macro is we've got an @overall.rsm. We're going to double click on that. We're going to edit that. And notice we have a macro inside a macro. So we've got this RSM called from this RSM. This will call two internal RSMs, the overall RSM, and it will call these values that are also here on the actual @overall.rsm. So if we look at the overall.rsm, we edit that. Notice that it's a simple RSM or listing that we've done before, but you'll notice that we have several calls. Right now, what we've got is if you notice we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So number 8 is female. So number 8 female will be the first call here for the header. Overall 5K run. Notice again we've got up through %9 and then we start with %A, B through the rest of the alphabet for additional calls. We go down and use our field list like we've shown before. Now on the include, we're going to do %2, which is a select RSM. So we're going to edit that. We're going to look and see that we call the select RSM the %3 value, which is R, and that will be the race is equal to R, and select the sex equals to F. The age low will be the greater than or equal to will be 0, and the upper range will be 99. And we can also include at this time the event list, which just provides what we're going to be doing the results off of on that line. Again, we've got a macro within a macro, and we're calling out all these values. Now, we've got this set up here for the female overall 5K run. A next line we put the value for male in there, and we have the male overall 5K run. Well, now we've got this all set up with this @overall.rsm. The next thing we're making sure is the exclude will be identical where it includes the select.rsm that we had and excludes the one that we're calling out for the awards. So this makes sure that the what you're calling for in the overall and the excludes are always the same, and you won't come up with problems where you're excluding people you didn't mean to exclude, or you didn't exclude the people you did mean to exclude. Now the joy of this is we now use that same setup, and we've got a comment here, we're using the Masters Awards. So the only thing that changed in here was the title, Female Masters 5K Run, and the age range was from 40 to 99. We do the same thing down here for the Grandmasters and Senior Grandmasters. One easy step in here, we've been able to use the same file over and over again. We don't have to recreate this every single time we want to use it. Now that works real well within one race. Well, now let's talk about using that in a different race value. Again, we're going to use on the overall walk awards, we're going to use the over header, and we're going to go ahead and make that the 5K walkers awards list. The %3, we're not going to include the race name, so it's just a blank line. That provides a nice simple down here when we get down to the 5K walkers awards list. That line comes in there as the header, and then we have the additional stuff that will be posted down below. Now, again, on the overall.rsm, if we want to see what the overall RSM does, we'll just highlight that portion of it, edit it, and again we're going to go ahead and we'll have 1 records per page, so we'll select 1 walker including the select.rsm, and if you notice this, it will go ahead, now it will call for the race value of W and then the sex and age values, including the event list for the walk. Again, this one for the event list on the walk, it'll be finish minus the gun for the walk and the pace of 5K. Very simple, easy to do at that point, and we're all set. So now we've done the overall walk. Well, again, we can use that same setup and create it for the female masters by 40 to 49, the female grandmasters 50 to 99, and the senior grandmasters female 60 to 99. And we have all that information that comes in on this. Notice when we go to grandmasters or to senior grandmasters, we have to put that value in quotations because we have a space in there. We don't want that to see as 2 different values. We've done that. We go all the way down. We can also do this for an overall wheelchair, do the same thing. Now, one of the joys of this, if all of a sudden your race director decides he wants to include double dipping, all you do is comment or remove the @overall, and it doesn't call the exclude line. So we see this here. When you do the @overall, it's calling both the overall.rsm and the exclude.rsm. And if we do this way, we just, when we delete that all we're seeing there now is the actual overall.rsm run just once, so you're disregarding the exclude. Very simple way to do that. Let's put that back in there. Now we've gone all the awards for run, walk, and wheelchair with making very simple changes. Let's say on this race they only want to do the overall walk awards. We're going to comment out the sections for the masters and everything else. We can put /*, and at the bottom here we're going to do */. That will comment out all of that information, and when we look at the awards all, we're going to see that we get down there in the walkers awards, it'll only show the overalls. Very, very simple, very easy way to do this. We can also go in and we could comment out one of these, and on the select RSM, we could use the select no sex. We're going to go ahead and go to the senior grandmasters. We're going to go ahead and we're going to put an asterisk in front of overall, so that will be ignored. We're going to go in here and at overall, we're going to do select understroke no sex, and we're going to go ahead and change this to a quote space quote. We'll save that. When we look at the overall, when we go to select no sex, you'll notice we took the select.rsm and just changed it to where we commented out sex. So when we go ahead and look at this now for the senior grand masters, we go down there and the senior grand masters 5K run results has a female. It could have been a male. It all depends on how you did that, but it will be ignoring the sex and will give you the actual senior grandmasters. If we go back and look at this, if we left that female in there, and we save that, we go back, notice how it now shows the female senior grandmasters. It shows as a female, but that was the first time in that age group which showed up. So again, nice easy way to take out the sex out of that and make it the overall male or female. Let's go back and clean this up to get back to the way we want it. We're going to get rid of the no sex. So we've now got our normal race stuff for the female and the male senior grandmasters. We'll save that. Now, we've done the overall results, but now let's talk about the age. We're going to do the same thing in here. We're going to have an age header .rsm, and again, we're just using two values to say the 5K age group run results, 1 and 2. We can use this on that and say another race or another walkers. So we just change those values as we need it on that. Let's look at the age results.rsm. Notice here, again, 8, 9, and 10, which is the A, is so it'll be female 5K run, and then the 5 and 6 are age group, and then the 5 and 6 are the 1 to 9. Including the field list down, include the select.rsm. So we're selecting on the female value, the race value, the female value, the low age and the high age. That all provides things, and if we ever wanted to do an additional listing, we'd put it down here of saying a form feed, which is not really required anymore. You could add that in. We just leave that in for right now, and we go to look at that, and we notice that very simply we get down into the age results. We have the age header provides that value. Then in the age results, it calls out female 5K run age group 1 to 9 and presents all of your things up to 3 per person. Very simple. All you have to do if you change your age groups is change these two values. The other thing we can do is add in the walkers, which I'll just show you the example down here, and we can have the age groups and everything else. Again, here we use an age header and we use the 5K walk. results, and we've got the age results.rsm calling it. Now, all the overall awards will handle the overall and the excludes, and these will handle your age groups, and you've got a very nice looking set of awards that you can give out and show everybody for the race director and on. So very simple, very nice, very clean, and you're not going to get those instances where you accidentally exclude or don't exclude somebody. Again, this is a macro within a macro. So when we look up here at overall, this is an embedded or a macro within a macro, to where we're actually using this RSM to call both the overall.rsm, the exclude, and we're going to use the same values for both, so you've got the same thing going on. These are in the advanced race samples and a couple of the sample races. Again, one of the most powerful tools and the cleanest tool in RunScore for awards, and it's a complicated but simple way of doing this. Once you understand the concept, this will help you on your races and give you a nice, clean, and concise product. If you have any questions on this or other things, contact us at support. We're going to go ahead and do one or two more videos on some of these topics. But if there's anything you would like to see or to understand better, we'd be glad to provide a video to give you more information. Have a nice day, and we'll talk to you in the next video.